Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for what the Saturn retrograde means for you. Saturn is currently in retrograde. It has been in retrograde since April the 30th of 2019, so we are in the retrograde, and it goes until September the 18th, 2019. So this is going to be a pick a card reading for what this time period means for you and what the retrograde means and certain messages that will be coming through. So we have group 1, group 2 and group 3. The timestamps will be down below on which reading you feel more drawn to, but I just want to talk a little bit about this retrograde in case, maybe you don't know what it is or, more information about it. So I'm just, I just hit the table. I'm just going to be quickly talking about that. So as I mentioned, this retrograde happened, is happening, but it happened it started on April 30th. Goes until September the 18th, total 141 days. It's pretty long, and it is one that is going to kick your butt in gear, believe me. So this is in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is a long-term earth energy. It is it's a cardinal earth sign that rules over career, reputation, self-efficiency and effort. It's really pushing you guys to reach goals. So, don't panic for this retrograde. Saturn is an outer planet, so it's not going to be as strong as Mercury, Venus or Mars retrogrades, but it is going to shape you over time. So that's the main thing about this retrograde. And also, Saturn is essentially in its favourite sign. This retrograde is happening in its favourite sign, which is Capricorn. And, it's a planet of karma, discipline, boundaries, structure. It really encourages you to conquer through certain situations, make wise decisions, adult decisions. That's really what it's about. We're going to be looking at what this means for you. And I also just want to very, very quickly mention that if you would like to win a free reading with me, because I am going to be I do a giveaway every single month, and I'm doing one for this month as well, but in general they're going to be for all months. So whenever you watch this bigger card reading, there's always going to be a giveaway open. Check out the description box below for more information on how to enter. If you would like to book a private paid reading, information will also be down below as well. They're usually done within 24 hours to 48 hours. And if you'd like to check out my bracelets on Etsy, they will be linked down below as well. They are intention bracelets for different areas of your life. They start from just £3 with free international shipping, and they are spiritually charged. And the sun keeps going in and out, so it's going to get light and dark, light and dark. Whew! Alright. Going to be starting with this reading. First of all, with group number 1. Let's see what this Saturn retrograde means for you. So this is group 1. I'm going to be moving the rest of the cards out of the way. Alright. Group number 1, let's see. I'm going to keep the stone here actually for once. Take out that crystal. Okay. What does this Saturn retrograde mean for you? 5 of Cups. Oh, fell straight into my drawer. 4 of Swords. I've just made a little triangle. Okay, anyways, so we've got these cards here. My laptop is making the fan is trying to cool down my laptop, but don't worry, it will at some point get over it and stop. Okay, this retrograde for you is really about your long-term desires and goals. That's what I'm seeing here. For some of you, during this retrograde, you may feel a little bit down. You may feel like you're focusing a lot more on the negatives than the positives. There's an element of self-pity. Remember that also, because this retrograde is happening in Saturn, when you think of the Devil card, the Devil card in Tarot is ruled by Capricorn. It's about this overwhelming energy which can consume you. So don't allow anything toxic to consume you. Try and think positive. That's also coming across. Try and take time and space for yourself. This is very, very important because this retrograde is really also about yourself. It's about self-efficiency, taking time for yourself, having space for yourself, putting energy into you. So if you feel down, if you feel upset, if you feel like you're always focusing on the negatives, try and put that focus inwards into yourself. Try and surround yourself by people. Talk to people around you. If you feel that you don't have someone around you that you can really talk to or you feel supported by, there are lots of online communities. There are also ways to do therapy online or to get some form of counselling online. So there is, a support system even online if you find that it's not around you. But if you have, friends, family members, people that you trust that you can speak to, then do so. It's really good time period to put a lot of energy into yourself and to really make yourself self-efficient in that direction, in that way. And it will really, really, really help you. I'm seeing you will feel so much more uplifted because the Five of Cups is about, the fives in tarot are changes. These situations are always changeable. And so what I am seeing is that you can change the situation. You don't always have to be, sort of huddled over and feeling self-pity or upset or sad. You can change those situations with time and with being able to rest, retreat. For some of you, maybe meditate, do yoga, journaling. Different forms of mindfulness can really help during this period of time because, Saturn retrograde can get very heavy, it can get very intense, it can get very crazy. It's just the way the energy of this planet is it can really kick you to a point where you feel like, no, it's too much. So that's the thing that's really coming through first and foremost with this retrograde. Judgment card is about making decisions. So this is about your long-term goals and desires, which I did start talking about and then veered off onto another topic, as I always do. So long-term goals, desires, and relationships to figures of authority. That is something that the Saturn retrograde is very well known for. So wherever you are and you have a figure of authority, it's really about examining those relationships and figuring out, what is there and how you can also improve those situations as well. It really is about things like this, responsibilities that need to be examined, and how you also feel about yourself is very important because it's also about self-efficiency. It's also about being able to conquer very, very tough situations, finding resolutions to it, making judgments to yourself, to others, things around you that you need to solve, because, it's also about your reputation, how you feel about yourself, and it's also about, really pushing you to reach your goals, whether that's within career or, whatever your goals are, whatever your ambitions are. Make sure you take time and space for yourself because that's very healthy and it is very necessary. I'm just going to take a sip of my water. These things are hella important, It's good to examine and review, your lifelong key commitments and how we live, our life in general, and what we want to achieve in our life and how we can do that. It's about making decisions and also trying to figure out that path as well, pushing you to figure out, what it is that you want and how you can reach your goals. Really encourages you to get through those difficult situations and make decisions that benefit you and help you in that direction. So there's that Judgment card which Saturn pushes us into. It pushes us to make certain decisions. Seven of Swords. Try not to get consumed by negative energy, toxic people. It's really about making those very healthy decisions to let things like that go that just aren't serving you. It's a very, very important message. You need to put a lot of time and energy and effort into yourself rather than perhaps even external people that just aren't serving you anything good whatsoever. It's, it's like food. If it's not nutritious, sometimes, it can just become too much. It's really like that, people are like that also. Sometimes, it just feels like fast food, but in the long term, you just feel so confused, or you feel like they're constantly doing one thing, saying one thing, doing another, and in the long term, that person is like fast food. You want something that is consistent, that is giving you nutritional value, and that really understands, and that you're able to understand, but also understands you. So it is about, cutting out toxic people in the situation so that it can lift you up. Saturn is about kicking your butt into gear, getting things aligned. And again, this is not it's not the strongest retrograde because it is an outer planet, but it still shapes you over time, and it's that consistency that is really going to find you results in the situation. The consistency of accepting what you deserve, who you want in your life. We've got the moon card here, which is about cycles and phases. So you may go through cycles and phases, and that's very, very normal. But this is also about being intuitive, being receptive to your own thoughts, understanding that you have the ability to make certain decisions, and that you need to see the light in the dark. You need to see people for who they are. You need to also understand yourself as well. How can you understand other situations if you find it really difficult to be able to process situations with yourself? So everything here starts with you. Take time and space for yourself. You're a very intuitive and good person is what I'm seeing here. Try and take control, and try and not let other people come in and take that control away from you. Queen of Cups is about sitting in your power, being vulnerable. Understanding yourself is a very, very important thing, and that is what the Four of Swords will lead you to. That resting, retreating, it will genuinely help you, and it will make you feel so, so, so much better. But the Strength card here, which is essentially saying, again, put a lot of that time, effort, energy into yourself, and you will find yourself just growing with strength. There is always room for improvement, and that is the really beautiful thing about everything in this situation. It also shows that you will be stronger, much stronger, as this retrograde ends. This is about making your own decisions. It's really about discipline, boundaries, and creating structure in your life, which will really help you feel more emotionally stable, mentally stable, physically stable, and spiritually stable. So strong in so many more ways than one, like an onion. And the World card here signifies that you will be feeling much more balanced if you choose to take the action and to create this discipline in your life where you're creating these boundaries and really using these retrograde messages to create a very stable and healthy atmosphere in your life where you are allowing things to manifest, you're allowing things to come together, but you're allowing them to come together in a way which is very productive, very self-efficient, and is very much so, putting yourself number one, but also understanding your boundaries and understanding the kind of person that you are, which is very, very strong, and you're very intuitive, and you're very, you're very good at that. And, this retrograde can really help you to become so much stronger, and that is the big message I am seeing for you, group number one, through resting, retreating, meditating, yoga, practicing different ways of mindfulness, cutting out toxic people in your life, creating those healthy boundaries, making those decisions, connecting to figures of authority that can, and evaluating those relationships, strengthening them, or, if there are people that are, causing a lot of toxic emotion, it's about, trying to cut them out, or trying to be, trying to figure out the situation, being more diplomatic, but also making sure you talk to people if you don't, if you're not feeling very great, because I feel like a lot of you, just taking a sip of my water, a lot of you are going to be feeling like, especially in, during this retrograde, a lot of you are going to be feeling a little bit down, a little bit negative, and not feeling so great. So it's about, talking to people and networking and really being able to take that upon your shoulders. So that is what I'm seeing, group number one. I hope you enjoy this. If it resonates with your situation, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm going to move on to group number two. Okay, group number two. Let's see what messages this Saturn retrograde is bringing you. Okay, so these are your cards, and then these were the crystals. Okay. Let's see. Messages from the Saturn. Oh, those literally just slipped from my hand, but we're going to take them because I do feel quite drawn to them. What messages these Saturn retrograde, what this Saturn retrograde means for you, and the messages that are coming out with it as well. Okay, we've got here the Four of Cups. There's something quite grainy under here, or maybe it's just the card. Okay, Four of Cups, High Priestess. This is about your intuition and following it. Page of Wands. Seven of Swords also came out in the Group 1 reading. I'm not surprised by that. We've got the Ten of Swords. We've got the Tower. And I want to get the other two cards out as well. Or however many come out. Sometimes more than two come out. Okay. So... oh, okay, cool. That happened in the Group 1 reading as well, where the same amount of cards came out. Let's just do that. Okay. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, so you've got the Empress, Eight of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. This is a month where... let me just put the crystal there as well. This is a month where I really do believe that, you are going to be... sorry, month. This is a retrograde. Sorry, I don't know what planet I'm living on right now. Clearly Saturn. This is a retrograde. Let's get that right. This is a retrograde where I feel a lot of you are going to be getting things into gear. You are going to be trying to, you're going to do things on more levels than just one. So you're going to be trying to you're going to try and really work on things spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. So in more ways than once. I can't even speak today. I don't know what's happening with this second group reading, but everything's coming out a little bit wrong. So essentially you're going to be really working in all of those levels to try and get things together, to get things in order, and to really try and move forward in those directions. So for some of you, for this retrograde, there may be certain decisions, choices that come to you and you just feel like, seriously, like that's come to me, are you kidding? And then just tipping that cup, not being very receptive to things coming towards you. So this is about, clearing your mind, clearing your space. This is also about, certain hurt that you may be facing. For some of you, this could be to do with relationships. For others of you, this could be to do with certain family issues, friends even, people that are, not treating you well or you feel are just taking advantage of you. This is about being able to move on from those people or to be able to heal those issues. Now, for people that you're very close with or people that you have to be quite sort of diplomatic with, be that, authoritative figures, or whether that's, people in your family that you have to respect, or if that's a boss, something along the lines of that, someone you have to respect. It really is about making sure you're able to really stay grounded and not overreact, because the Saturn retrograde can make you overreact is what I'm seeing, and it can also make you feel really, really negative, upset, annoyed, agitated, and this is a really good period of time for you to make sure that you're taking things on your stride, you feel balanced, you feel good within yourself, and this really starts by being able to heal issues that you have going on in your life. Trying to release, heal, let go, and taking time and space for yourself, because we have the Hanged Man. Also important to mention that Neptune is also... Neptune retrograde, is a thing too. So June the 21st to somewhere in November of 2019, Neptune retrograde. Neptune retrograde. And so that retrograde affects spiritual connections, and I also have a, how would the Neptune retrograde, what does that mean for you? I have a pick a card reading on that as well if you're interested in checking that out, so that will be on my channel. But it will affect some of your spiritual connections that you have, whether it's, past life connections. Again, this can be with friends, family, and loved ones, certain past life connections. It can be twin flame connections, soulmate connections, or even spiritual connections that you have with places and things. It will affect those things. And, the thing is, when a retrograde happens, you see things more clearly. That's the funny thing about the Neptune retrograde, is it works two ways. For some people, it can create some blockages, and for other people, it will really awaken them to see exactly what's happening. And this is what I feel is going to happen for you. You're going to really get awoken with this retrograde. You're going to be able to see things clearly, and you're going to really appreciate everything that is happening, and you'll be able to do a lot of healing, releasing, letting go, thinking spiritually, feeling really good and balanced within yourself, so that you'll be able to heal any trauma, any root wounds caused, that have been caused over time. It could even be from your childhood, and it's about completing this cycle with this Ten of Swords. It is about putting an end to things that aren't serving you in your life, or with authoritative figures, trying to work things out, trying to be more balanced with them, because I see that you're a very intuitive person, and so it's about being balanced with people that you have really no choice in terms of cutting out, but trying to be as grounded and as balanced, and really trying to take control of this Four of Cups energy, where there's some agitation that occurs and just feeling not good. Page of Wands is about, initiating, making things happen. This, retrograde is kicking everyone's butt in gear. Now, I know that, I did say, that this, don't panic, because this retrograde, Saturn is an outer planet, and, we won't feel the effects as much. The thing about Saturn is that this retrograde is much more something that shapes us over time. But you will see the effects of it, and you will feel the effects of it. It may not be as strong as a Mercury, Venus, or Mars retrograde, but you will feel the effects of it over time, and it's a really long retrograde. The thing about the Mercury retrograde specifically is that it's usually a month where you will feel the effects of it, whilst this is a whopping 141 days. So it's consistent, right? So it drags out a little bit more, and it's a bit more consistent in that sense. So this is really about creating those boundaries and taking the initiative to cut out people, places, and things that don't serve you, but also standing in your power and trying to work things out with people that, you can't cut out, because there are certain people I feel you can't cut out. It's also about, letting go, healing, releasing certain problems and issues in your life as well with that Ten of Swords. It's about being able to move on, closing the chapter, and being able to really do things more for yourself. So I'm seeing during this retrograde you will go through a tower moment. This is a shake-up. Do not be scared of this. This is a beautiful change. What this indicates is that some of you may be cutting out people that don't serve you, and this is going to bring you so much more happiness, so much more stability, so much more strength. You're going to be feeling, again, as I mentioned, emotionally stable, mentally stable, physically stable, spiritually stable. You're going to be feeling so much better after this. Tower is the universe protecting you. The Tower brings in things into your life to help you, and also to make you learn lessons which will benefit you only further in life. The Tower is there like a demolition. The old gets crumbled out, the new comes in, and most of the time the new is much better. And I do see that this is going to really happen to a lot of you, and you're gonna wake up one day in the future and you're gonna think, I'm really glad that situation happened. I'm really glad I cut this person out, or that this happened or that happened, because that's the Tower. Things are going to change and rapidly evolve in the situation. Also, the Empress is, again, how you're going to be feeling after you do this is that essentially you're going to feel so happy, so content. You're going to feel like you're in your power. It's this earth energy of things finally feeling like they are good and feeling not agitated, but you're going to be feeling stable. It's again this High Priestess energy, and the High Priestess energy and the Empress energy are both earth energy. The Empress is about love, and it's about feeling really good in the connections that you have with people around you, so family, friends, or even love in general, feeling good about the connections, but also feeling well supported and just in general really good about yourself, which again is very, very positive. And it shows that, letting go of negativity, whether that's thoughts within yourself, you feeling like this, or whether it's you actually taking this opportunity to change situations and work out situations with high, people in authority, as I mentioned, is going to really allow you to feel good. So, take action. It's really about discipline and boundaries and creating structure in your life, which is going to help you out a lot. And then the Eight of Pentacles here is about working hard. You work hard on things and you'll find the rewards will add up. So that's the good thing about this retrograde, is that it really allows you to conquer tough situations, as we see here, and make wise decisions, which will really help you and allow you to, this really is, Capricorn is a cardinal sign, which essentially is an earth sign that really rules over your career, your reputation, self-efficiency, and your effort. Got a lot of earth energy coming through here as well, so that's really reflected upon the Saturn retrograde and how this can really help you in a very efficient way, and what can come to you. If you choose to put structure into your life, if you choose to put healthy boundaries into your life, the universe will recognize it and provide you with something that is so much more better, that feels a lot nicer, and essentially it just serves you so much more in your life. So that is what I'm seeing for you, group number 2. You'll be feeling so much better, and again, this is kind of joined to the Neptune retrograde as well, which I'm seeing, but again, you'll be able to see things clearly and make wise decisions. This retrograde is really about making those decisions as well. So group number 2, if this resonates with your situation, let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video. And I'm going to move on to group number 3. Okay, group number 3. Let's see what messages this Saturn retrograde has for you. Alright. So here are your cards, and let's see what messages there are and what it means for you. 2 of Wands. Wow. I like seeing this Hangman card. Also came up in group number 2's reading. Let's do that. There is a Neptune retrograde starting June the 21st, so, that is also happening. And got 3 major arcanas in a row. You've got Hangman, which is this very spiritual energy. Hangman is actually ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is, there's a retrograde. So essentially, this is very, very important. So June 21st, Neptune retrograde starts all the way until November. And, I feel like this is all spiritually quite tied, because I feel like for those of you that are feeling quite spiritual, it's really going to affect you and help you see your life for more. Absolutely more. You're going to be really opened to your goals, your dreams, how to reach, your goals and your dreams, but also your reputation, feeling like, what kind of boundaries you can set in your life, because I'm seeing that with the 2 of Wands. This is, decisions in your life. How what kind of decisions do you want to take to make your life better, to make it more of what you want it to be. The Star card here is about really taking control, putting yourself as a focus, which I also see with this Hangman card, so it's good. It's about putting focus into yourself. What is it that you want in your life, and how are you going to achieve it? So for a lot of you, this will start by thinking spiritually, really, perhaps I'm also seeing meditation. Meditation can also really, really help you to, come forward in that sense, and really be able to understand what it is, that you want in your life, and how to progress different areas of your life, be it your career life, your love life, your finances, and also, your spiritual, mental, and emotional health, and yourself. So a lot of you may be finding those answers through deep meditation and ways of spirituality, because it's tied very much so to this Neptune retrograde. And I also have a pick a card reading on the Neptune retrograde, which will be on my channel if you're interested in seeing that. That's already uploaded. So if you just go to my channel and type in Neptune, you'll be able to find that one. So I know this is for the Capricorn. Capricorn is what, the sign that the Saturn retrograde is happening in, but I know this is for the Saturn retrograde, but that's coming through very, very strongly. So really here it's about making wise decisions, and really it's pushing you to reach your goals, whatever your goals are. It's also about putting yourself first, being very self-efficient, and releasing, letting go, healing, creating a rejuvenation, feeling good about your life. This is funny. This actually, well, it's not funny, but the fact that it came out is just on point, because The Justice card here is about finding a resolution to things in your life. That is what Saturn wants you to do. They want you to be able to put structure into your life, which of course, you know, with the justice system and everything like that, because this is the Justice card, it's ruled by Libra, which is about balance, and it's also about the justice, you know. It's really about structure, organization, putting that into your life. And it's also, believe it or not, but Saturn is the planet of karma. Justice card is also about karma. It's about learning lessons, and it's about putting forward things that you've learned. So all these messages are so intertwined. So the big message here is focus on yourself, make yourself number one, practice some form of spirituality can really help. Now, you don't have to go into like a deep meditation, but over time, you know, you will find yourself naturally progressing to that level, and you can find so many messages in meditation, believe it or not, and this is absolutely incredible. It will really help you spiritually. And it will help you find what you want to, you know, what you want in life, and if you haven't already found your purpose, you know, it will really enlighten you. And you know, really focusing on, you know, what it is that you want in life, what it is that you want to do in life, that will also come to light as well. You know, just by thinking about things, and also putting yourself number one, that will allow you to focus on yourself and get your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, and your emotional health on track. And also, this card here is about, you know, karma and discipline. It's about creating boundaries, finding a resolution, building a structure in your life, which will really just help you feel good. So if you're confused about anything, try and, you know, use that sword to cut out people, places, and things that do not serve you or are too negative and toxic for you. This will create a balance in your life, and also in general, just creating a balance. You know, if you're someone that overspends, it's about cutting out, you know, for a little period of time, and trying to create that balance. So, you know, in different areas of your life, this is what it's going to mean. I'm just going to take a sip of my drink. Otherwise, my throat is going to be gono. Completely gono. Okay, right. I was just saying that, we're getting ready to shuffle, and here it is. Important message. Use that sword to really, you know, fight for what it is that you want in life. This is about putting yourself first and really creating good structure and organization in your life. You know, this is also about making wise decisions. The swords, you know, are really about honesty, clarity, and truth, especially the Ace of Swords here and this Justice card sword. It's about honesty, truth, clarity. It's about figuring out your path and wanting to know that. I feel like somewhere in Saturn retrograde you will also be able to figure out your path and what it is that makes you happy in life, makes you feel joyful and good. And, you know, this is about your long-term goals and desires. It's also about, you know, examining this deeply, finding out what it is that you want to do. And it's a really good time to be able to review, you know, all of this in your life and the kind of life that you want to live, being truthful to yourself. And again, cutting out things that do not serve you in life. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Okay, so, you know, we've got two swords that came out. We also got here two scales. We've got a scale here and a scale here. So this is about creating a balance. It's also about karma. Again, give and take. That is really what is coming through here. Four of Cups. This card is interesting because I feel like if you're always a yes person, sometimes it's good to say no. That's what's coming through in this. The sun keeps coming in and out, and all of a sudden, here it is. If you are always a very yes person, this is about sometimes saying no and sometimes actually thinking about things before you accept an offer. So that's coming through very, very clearly. It's about, you know, creating healthy boundaries. It's about thinking for yourself first and then taking on a decision. So that's coming through, and it's coming through for a specific purpose, and it will resonate with your situation, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about, because some of you perhaps say yes very quickly to certain things. Again, for some of you, it could be that, you know, you just see something, you want to buy it, you buy it, and, you know, or you get offered like, hey, do you want to purchase this? Or you get swayed very quickly into certain decisions, and then poof, it becomes a bit of an issue. So think about things, okay? I'm not just talking about it in a financial point of view, but just in general in life. Sometimes you may be swayed. Could even be a person that just comes in, they want to talk to you, and then you just get swayed, and you just, you know, you're in that whole situation. This is about taking time before accepting offers, creating boundaries, discipline, you know. This retrograde is about discipline as well. Saturn is about discipline, boundaries, structure. So really making sure you do that. We don't want to be in a burdened energy. The Ten of Wands is about burden. We don't want to be in that energy, and that is why it's important for you to focus on yourself and create a good amount of structure and really, you know, figure yourself out. In tarot, we get certain messages which are warnings. These, you know, this is a warning that, you know, if you are always just, you know, doing things or trying to please other people or, you know, things like that, you will end up feeling burdened. So try and put as much focus and energy as you can into yourself rather than other people. Otherwise, you are going to get, you know, very, very burdened. And the last card we have here for your reading is Temperance. So Temperance is about patience is the virtue. Take everything one step at a time. Try not to rush things during this time, you know, one step at a time. It's about emotionally grounding yourself, feeling good about yourself. It's about spirituality because you've got an angel here. Know that you are protected, and also that as this time progresses, you will start to build more structure, discipline, boundaries into your life, and you will feel good about it the more energy you put into yourself. So group number 3, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Also let me know in the comment section below how it resonates with your situation. I know my fan on my laptop is going crazy. I'm so sorry about that, but yes, we are at the end of this reading. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram, link will be down below in the description box below. If you would like to follow me on, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can subscribe. Thank you so much to those of you who have already subscribed, and also don't forget to check out the description box below and information for private paid readings, the free reading giveaway and how you can enter for that every single month, and also my bracelets which are on Etsy. They will be linked down below as well. I hope you all have a lovely day, night, wherever you are. Take care everyone. Bye!